Well, the worst of the snow is over, and now the cleanup begins. Freezing cold temperatures could make for a messy commute home from work today, too. And Adam, will you explain to our viewers what you were telling us earlier about it freezing and being careful with ice tonight?
Yeah, so temperatures are going to drop below freezing. And I saw a lot of people out there earlier today when we had temperatures that dropped all the way down into the upper 20s in a few spots. And that was because we had that air mass move on through, and then things really started to chill on down. Now, also, people got out there, started to shovel some of that snow that was slushy at the time, so good news for them. They got it out of the way while it was lighter. Going to be a little more crusty tomorrow as we really start to cool things down and officially start the winter season. That's at 11:48 tomorrow morning. We'll have sunrise at 7:55. After tomorrow, guess what? Our days, they get longer, or at least the daytime hours get longer. SeaTac Airport, you can see skies right now, cloudy, maybe a few flurries out there. And for many of us here across western Washington, no flurries though across Hurricane Ridge. Looking live from there at all the sunshine and even a few peaks of sunshine as we get ready to end off the day here at Westport, right along the coast of Washington. Here in Seattle, down into the 20s now. We're at 29. That north wind coming in at 9 miles per hour. We're sitting in the upper 20s in Bremerton, a low 30s in Tacoma, 19 in Bellingham, 27 in Mount Vernon, and then more the low 40s in Hoquiam, 30s right now for Forks. So that air mass cooling down, you factor in some of the wind that we have around, which is not going to be terrible into the night, but it does still add a bit more of that chill. So up around Bellingham, down to 7 for wind chill. Mid-20s around Tacoma. Down this way, central south sound, the winds should lighten around 5 miles per hour, if not even less than that. But it is going to be something that we'll have to keep an eye on for as we go into the night with temperatures dropping as much as they're expected to. So there is the main band of precipitation. That system heading south there is taking a lot of the moisture with it. The very few snowflakes that we have generally confined to more of the foothills, and then we have, it looks like, one band of snow that's up here. Light snow falling across Highway 2 for Stevens Pass. Hopefully we can get things up and running again with that. And then the farther south you go, you can see generally that's rain if you're going to be traveling along Highway 5 going on here into the night. So winter storm warnings, those are still in effect for the Cascades. That's going to be until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Additional snows will be up to about 6 inches. So we still have a little ways to go and still going to be some issues with that, especially if you're planning on traveling maybe hopefully tomorrow across the passes. Central and South Cascades are going to be the ones hit with this. It looks like the farther north you go, things are pretty limited as far as moisture. And then you go farther south and west, and this is where we have a winter storm watch that is not in effect yet, but it has been issued for our next system that comes in later into Thursday and will be impacting spots heading on into Friday as well. Now, this is for the south coast and heading across more of the Portland metro area. That Columbia River Gorge oftentimes holds a lot of really cold air, and as the warmer air is trying to come through with some of that moisture, kind of locks in and helps to create some of that ice. So that's where they could be seeing up to a ½ an inch of ice, and yes, some of the snow as well. This is going to be moving our way, so we'll see what the National Weather Service decides to do as we get closer to that event on into Thursday night and into Friday. But it does look like it's going to be more of an event Thursday night for us as opposed to during the day on Thursday. Tonight, flurries still kind of around, some lighter snow showers up here across the passes and going across the Cascades. By tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., we do see that a lot of that has begun to taper on off, and there will be kind of off and on hit or miss flurries throughout the day on Wednesday, but it's really not until we get back into Thursday that we start to see those returns showing up on the radar. Future radar showing south coast again, initially seeing some snow as that moisture is coming in, and then we really start to see this next round of moisture pick up in intensity, and there's a lot of precipitation with it, so it's going to be a wet system. Initially snow, then the pink that you see right there, that's where we could see sleet, perhaps some freezing rain, and that could be a pretty big concern for us. But what's going to be helping is that there's a lot of warm air coming in, and it's coming in at a rapid pace, so it could help to kind of scour all of this out of here and start to change this over to rain, and that's what we're expecting, but it might be a little after the morning commute heading on into Friday. So something to keep an eye on for. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we go throughout the next few days. Here's your 7-day forecast. 29 tomorrow, 27 on Thursday. Then things warm up over the holiday weekend with highs in the mid to upper 40s, nearing 50 on Christmas.